Hi, I'm Jim Brickell from Ed Learn Ford Lincoln, and this is the 2024 Ford Edge ST. It's a performance-oriented vehicle, and this video is to show you where all the major controls are located. So I'm sitting in the driver's seat and starting on the driver door. You have your power locks, and you also have numbers 1, 2, and 3. These are for your programmable seating positions for the driver. So you're going to use the controls on the side of the chair, move it up, down, forward, back, tilt, get in the most comfortable position. And you're also going to, on the side of the steering wheel, use these buttons to go up, down, in, or out. And then to your mirrors. Pick which mirror you want. Use the arrows to adjust where you need it. And once you've done the driver's seat, the steering wheel, and the mirrors, you'll push button 1, and memory position 1 is now saved. Subsequent drivers would do the same thing for positions 2 and 3. Power windows on the driver's side are expressed down. Push it once, goes all the way down. Pull it, it goes all the way back up. This button here is a lockout for the rear windows. So if you've got little kids that like to play with the power window switches, you can lock them out. Next, we have our fog lamps, headlamps. The little A means it's the automatic position. Panel dim and bright. Opening the power lift gate. And we're coming up on the controls. So your turn signal, also when you push it in from the end, turns on your lane keeping system. Right now we're not out on the roads, we're in a parking lot, so it just has gray dotted lines. When it's active out on the highway, the lines will turn green. When you're getting close to the line without signaling, they can turn red. So you can watch and make sure you're staying within your lane, and you can turn that off as well. Now, on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have this 5-way, so arrows up, down, left, and right, and then an OK in the center. As you're pushing those buttons, you're looking at your display over here. So right now it's showing the speedometer in digital. It's 0 kilometers per hour, and if you just push the OK, that'll change the display to 0 miles per hour. So when you cross the border, it's just hitting it once. So nice and easy. Now you can go down and cycle through your different display choices. So intelligent all-wheel drive shows you where the power is going. You can watch your turbocharger. You can check your distance to empty. You can add in a tachometer and the engine temperature, your tire pressure, and back to your speedometer. Now, when you go to the left, you've got more choices. So that was in our display mode, but we can go down to trip 1 and 2. We can check our fuel economy. We can go to driver assist. Driver assist, we're going to hit the OK. Blind spot is on. That's where it'll show vehicles coming up in your blind spot. It'll light up the outside mirror in yellow. Cross traffic alert, when you're backing out of a parking spot, it'll check and let you know if vehicles are approaching from either side. We go down to cruise control, and there's more information. So we hit the OK, and you see it's a choice between adaptive cruise control, where you're setting both the speed and the distance to stay behind the vehicle in front of you, or normal cruise control, where you're just setting the speed. Driver alert. The vehicle wants to make sure you're paying attention, so it keeps track of certain things. If you're not, it can give a few notices sounds and display a coffee cup to let you know, hey, you might want to pull over and take a rest, get a coffee. Your lane keeping system, once again, there's more information. So mode, alert only. So you're on the highway, you're drifting across the line without signaling. An alert would be a vibration in the steering wheel. So your steering wheel will start vibrating and wanting you to turn back into your lane. Aid, the vehicle will actually start turning you back into your lane, and aid and alert obviously would do both of those. The frequency, or the intensity I should say, you've got a choice, normal, high, normal, and low. How close do you have to be to the line before it starts reacting? And then we've got trailer sway. Well, we're not towing a trailer right now, so I'll shut that one off. Then we're looking at active braking. The vehicle, under certain circumstances, can stop itself. Evasive steering, that's another good one to turn on. And we go back to the left. Back to the left, now is your driver assist. Down one more and we're at settings. We hit OK. We go up to vehicle. Engine, auto engine off, distance to empty calculation, easy entry exit. So easy entry exit. If you turn it on, when you shut off the engine, the chair will slide to the back position to make it easy to get out and thus easy to get back in the next time. The steering wheel will move to a higher position. For some shorter clients, you might want to turn that off, as some people, when you push the chair all the way to the back, would not be able to reach the pedals to start the vehicle again. When we go down, we go to lighting. Automatic high beams. So at night time, it can drive with the high beams on until it detects another vehicle, in which case the lights will go down to regular. Automatic lamp delay. So earlier we put it to the automatic setting. Lights will come on when it gets dark. Shut off the engine. How long do you want the lights to stay on? You have a choice of off immediately, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and 120 seconds. So I'm leaving this one at 20 seconds. Back of screen. We go down to locks. Auto unlock. So when we put the vehicle in park and shut off the engine, the doors automatically unlock. If we're using the remote to unlock the vehicle, you have a choice of doing all doors at once or doing just the driver door, and a second push of the button will open the remaining doors. So for now I'm going to leave it at all doors. Back to the left, go down, we can check our oil life, power lift gate. We've enabled it, so you can use the power lift gate at the back end. If for some reason you wanted to make sure that it was not going up by power, you can disable the switch. Remote start. What do you want to come on when you use the remote start? Climate controls. We can go to our last setting, or we can set an automatic setting that it'll always go to. So I'm going to put it at last setting for now. Do I want the seats to come on? So this vehicle has both heated seats and cooling seats, and it has a heated steering wheel. Now I put that to automatic, so if the temperature is really cold, then the heated seats and heated steering wheel come on when I use the remote start. Duration. If I use the remote start, how long do I want the engine to run for? I've got a choice of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15. I'm going to put it back to 10 minutes. I think that's going to be plenty enough time to warm up a vehicle or cool it off, depending on the season. And go back a screen, seat belts. It lets us know who's wearing them and who's not. So the back ones will not automatically check, but once you do them up, it'll let you know if people undo them. So if you're worried about your passengers undoing their seat belts, you can monitor from here. Going back, windows, do I want to be able to open them with my key fob? I don't think so, so I'm going to turn that one off. Wipers, we've got them for rain sensing. So the wiper control is the stock control to the right of the steering wheel. If you go down, it does just one swipe. If you go up one notch, that'll go into rain sensing mode. If it's not raining, they will go down and wait until the windshield gets wet before they start wiping. Please make sure you turn those off when going through a car wash. Now, once again, we go back to the left, down, and we're back to the beginning again. So we're going to the left. My key, oops, sorry about that. My key, you can set up a key for a beginner driver. You can limit the top end speed of the vehicle. You can limit the stereo volume. Some things won't work until the driver's seatbelt is buckled up. When it comes to limiting the speed, sometimes it's fun to play a prank on another driver. So you can give them the My Key and they'll wonder what's wrong with the vehicle and why they can't get it up to the speed they want. Your display setup, your units. Do you want it to show in miles and miles per gallon? Do you want liters and liters per 100 kilometers? Do you want kilometers per liter? The temperature. Would you like it to show in Fahrenheit or Celsius? Gauge display. Do you want just the fuel gauge or would you like the tachometer on there as well? Do you want your tire pressure in pounds per square inch? Language. We actually have a choice of English, French, and Spanish. And you're back to the beginning again. So we've got it set up. And back to the left, up to display mode. And there's my digital speedometer again. A little bit lower down on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control. So turning it on or off, you're going to set your speed. This one is your lane centering, and this one is for adaptive cruise control. How many car lengths do you want to stay behind the vehicle in front of you? Now, we go over to the right-hand side of the steering wheel. So this 5-way controls what is displayed on the right side of the speedometer. So your choices are entertainment, navigation, and phone. We don't have anything playing right now on the entertainment, so if we go down to navigation, if we had a destination set, then it would be showing us our next turn. We don't have a destination set, so it's showing a compass and that we're currently facing east. We go back to the left, down to the phone, it's showing that no phone is currently connected. So for now, I'll just put it back to navigation. Now we have these buttons a little bit lower. So your voice button, so you can command, you can give a destination for navigation, you can set the temperature, the radio station, that sort of thing. And you can also make a phone call verbally once you've paired your phone. The volume for your stereo, and answering a call, hanging up on a call, and seeking to the next preset on your radio. As we come over to the right of the steering wheel, we have our engine stop-start. So right now the engine is running. It does have the green light there, so you can see it in the dark. And when you get in, if you just push the start-stop button, that'll put it in accessory mode. If you have your foot on the brake pedal and push the start-stop, it'll start the vehicle. Now, with our center screen, It's nice and big. You'll notice it does have a map, but it doesn't give you any place to select a destination. The current setup is called connected navigation. In order to activate this, the vehicle does come with a 1-year subscription. After that, it would be pay as you go if you want to continue with it. Now, you must have the Ford Pass app. You must have the vehicle activated on the app before your connected navigation will work. So that would be download the Ford Pass app, add in your VIN number, activate the vehicle, and follow the steps on the screen to do so. Now, the other choices you've got on here, you've got a little house, so this is our home screen. You've got apps and you've got entertainment. So in terms of apps, you've got radio, phone, navigation, media, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your owner's manual, and Sketch. So many people now are using either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So when you connect to those, that's another way you can get navigation. So if we hit the radio button, you can also turn that off down here. So you've got plenty of presets. What do we got there? 3 rows of 5, so 15 presets. Get to the station that you want. You can do it the traditional way with a dial. You can seek to the next station. And once you get there, you can push on one of these spots, hold it, it'll beep, and that'll lock in your station. So you've got AM, you've got FM, and you've got Sirius satellite radio. Sirius satellite radio is included with your new Edge for a period of 3 months. I'm giving information for the Canadian buyer. Americans, it might be different. So we go back under phone. You would be able to connect a phone, no paired devices. Navigation brings us back to our maps, and like I said, you need to activate your Ford Pass app. Under media, it's giving you a chance once again to add a device. CarPlay, now your owner's manual, as I mentioned, is built right into the vehicle. So if you've got a question about your vehicle, you can go by categories, you can do a visual search, they've got some videos, and you can even bookmark things. So when you hit categories, general information, audio, maps, connectivity, vehicle care, maintenance, etc. So you find the category you're looking for, tap on it. If you can't find it in the categories they've got, you can type in your question right there. So, pretty easy to use. The next one over next to your house, this time it gives us more choices. So adding a phone, your phone list, vehicle. Under vehicle, we've got a rear occupant alert. So if you've got little kids, you want the vehicle to remind you each time you shut it off to check and make sure you're getting them out and that you haven't locked them in. I don't have any little ones, so for now I'm going to turn this one to the off position. It's going to give us a reminder twice a year to check, and if we want to reset that back to the on position. So we can close that. We've got our onboard modem serial number. We've got a rear view camera delay. So when you put the vehicle in reverse, just for demonstration purposes, I put it in reverse. If I had the rear view camera delay on, the camera would have stayed on once I took it out of reverse. And that would be for a few seconds, not indefinitely. The next one down over here is general. So now this is another spot where you can choose English, kilometers, Celsius, weight in pounds. Do you like the screen to beep each time you touch it? Software licensing, reset. So when you sell the vehicle or you trade it in, you can do a reset. A reset would wipe out your forward pass on it, it would wipe out your phones and devices that you've got paired to it. Pretty much wipe out all your personal settings. Then we've got display. The comm screen, when you tap that one, as you can see, shuts off most of the screen so it's not distracting. Touch it again and it brings your screen back. So it's all pretty intuitive, very easy to use, and a lot of those things you just have to set up once. In terms of connectivity, Bluetooth, wireless, app projection, manage Wi-Fi networks, setting up the vehicle as a Wi-Fi hotspot, data usage. You do need a Bell account to set up a vehicle hotspot. And then it comes down to software updates. So under software updates, we've got it set for automatic updates, but you need to tell the vehicle when to look for any over-the-air updates. So you would put in a recurring schedule. So you've got a few choices here. Any day at 1 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Thursday at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm never in my vehicle, so that would be a good time. You can do a custom schedule. You can have no schedule in there. If there's no schedule, you might miss some important updates. So we recommend automatic updates and a schedule for when they're supposed to check for them. Next one down says Ford Assistant. So as I mentioned earlier when we were at the steering wheel, you have a voice button. Set temperature to 19 degrees.
Setting temperature to 19 degrees.
So you'll notice it's now set to 19 degrees. Now, if instead of pushing the voice button, you wanted to, you could listen for a wake word. Then you have to pick your wake word. Okay, Ford, set temperature 16 degrees.
Setting temperature to 16 degrees.
So the choice is up to you whether you do set up a wake word or you go with the voice button on the steering wheel. The next one down is your voice command list, so you can see what's available, what you can say. Valet mode, you can put in a code when you go to valet parking. Buddy in the red jacket would not have access to your phone or navigation. They would just be able to park the vehicle and then return it to you. When it gets returned to you, you put in your same code and those features are reactivated. Down at the bottom of our screen, we've got our temperature. Each side can be at a different temperature. So you can, if you touch there, you can manually change the temperature by sliding up and down or just plain tapping in a new location. And the next one over, your seats can be cooling with the blue, heated with the red, and the steering wheel is heated. Your fan speed, this one is showing where the air is flowing. So just the panel vents is good enough for me. And then your rear defrost, passenger heated or cooling seat, and passenger temperature. Now we have some regular controls, your volume for your stereo. Also, when you're using the voice commands, when the vehicle's talking to you, you can adjust the volume of that one. Your four-way flashers, max defrost, and you can turn on your cameras. So there it is, what's behind us. A different view. Hit it again and shut it off. Seeking on the radio, your passenger airbag right now is off because there's nobody there. The passenger seat does have a weight sensor. Airbags are active if there's 80 pounds or more on the chair. The shifter is a rotary dial. Parking brake is electric. Pull it up. As we get closer, the override for the auto stop start. This one here, P with the steering wheel, is how the vehicle can park itself. So you choose that you want a parallel park, you want a perpendicular park, you want to get out from a parallel park position, you want to turn it off. So yes, the vehicle can park itself. When you're in a situation to do it, you would hit the button, pick which one you want, drive slowly, follow the instructions that will be on the screen. I'll demonstrate that in another video. This one here is turning off your reverse park sensors. If you're towing a trailer, there's always going to be something within 6 feet behind you. If you don't shut off the reverse park sensors, it will be screaming at you saying you're about to crash. So, this has been an orientation for new vehicle owners of the 2024 Ford Edge ST. I'm Jim Brickell from Ed Learn Ford. Enjoy your vehicle.